Waiting on last.
You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. And no other better freaking place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, lunch. No other than a dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
And greetings,
Welcome.
everybody. Welcome to the show.
How you
I'm
doing,
Les.
Laz?
I'm good. How are you, Jack?
I'm doing well. I kind of flubbed the intro, but
I
you know
see
what?
that.
Who cares?
I don't know. We've been doing this for, I don't know, the better part of a year now. I figured you'd get this intro down by now. Of course, then we have the days when Casey's in and we wait for Casey and we go, is he going to say it today? Is he going to say it today?
Yeah.
Well, today is February 1st, 2016. Shroud Avatar. How's everybody doing out there today? Want to welcome Luca Mellahan to the stream. Been a while since we've seen Luca out there. Good to see him back into the game. Now, Luca, if you like, of course, you can always join us live
We
in
do
the
have
studio.
lots of news out there. I had some
Yes.
comments on one of my streams from last week, and someone didn't know about the final wipe and also about the pledge expiration. So we do need to get that out there that they are going to be doing a bunch of pledge expirations.
Absolutely. Now, we're going to be hammering on that from now until the time they expire, of course. We're going to be letting people know.
Absolutely.
Day in, day out, week after week until we get there, of course. And it'll be a bummer when we have to say, you remember when you were able to get these pledges and all these cool things? Yes, time is running out, folks. That is for sure.
So don't forget, during the spring expiration event, which is going to be May 2nd, following the next swipe during release 29, they plan on expiring half of the currently available pledges.
That is
And the
correct.
second half would be expired on August 1st.
Now, as I'm understanding and reading this, there's been a lot of speculation as to number of wipes. It's my understanding after reading these release notes now that there is going to be one more wipe before the final wipe. Do you concur with what you've read?
More than likely, there will be one more wipe. There needs to be at least one more wipe, just so that way they can get rid of some people that benefited greatly from the latest exploit that's been patched. Because otherwise, you're never going to figure out like what kind of money can an individual really earn in an hour or so, or in a day, in an hour or in a day, so that way they can set rents accurately. Unfortunately, I didn't benefit from that exploit, so I only have about 6,000 gold on me.
Now, somebody came along and actually bought out all my vendors the other day. I came in the game and I was like, holy crap. Every single item on my vendors was bought out. So,
What were you selling?
my usual stuff, gust balls, ale, recipes. I had a couple of...
Well, maybe they were turning around and setting up the their own gust ball store.
Oh, I'm telling you, I mean, somebody spent, 30 some odd thousand. Literally bought everything off both of my vendors over the weekend. It was very, very interesting.
You know what? That's what I need to do on my vendor, is put a bunch of jewels and some gust balls.
Now, I've heard some comments about your vendor, Jack's Junk. You have a way with words, my friend.
What I'm a fan of alliterations
Uh-huh.
or alliteration when it comes to store naming.
Is you
Like,
do you
but
do have
my
a
name
way.
on my my store uh on a Shroud Marketplace is called Synopsis Stuff. So it's alliteration 101. It's like if I can find some way to alliterate something, I will.
And God bless you. We do it because we can around here.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, for those folks who have not yet signed in or may be listening to this in the near future again, or listening now and haven't noticed, there is a new patch out. It's release 371. Of course, the guys out there working. This is a release weekend. Been actually quiet weekend. Went out and checked out a couple things throughout the weekend, but everybody's building. You can feel it in the air. Everybody's getting ready to go
Yeah,
and
I
run.
played for a few hours this weekend. I didn't play as much as I wanted to, and that's mostly because you know what I was doing Sunday. I was I
That's
was
right.
letting my
You have some new Shroud of the Avatar inspired ink over the weekend.
yes
Is
yes
going to be waiting for the final healed pictures to see the full scheme of the tats there. But the previews I saw were rather sweet, I gotta say.
yeah. There's an issue with the band that I actually had on my arm beforehand that I did way back when, 15 years ago or so, wasn't exactly level. So that caused some problems.
Little ink and a drunken, or was the tat guy drunk?
Have you ever seen me drunk? Or
Well,
have you ever heard about me going out and getting drunk?
I don't know. I don't get to see you quite often.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I have not been drunk in
Yeah, I know.
probably 20 years. So I don't really drink a lot. So no, I was completely sober.
Lucas says that's devotion.
That's devotion.
Now I got to show him a picture. Show him what happened last October.
Yeah. Justin's like, oh, I know what you were doing. She sent me the text message, so she is listening into the radio right
And
now.
hello, Justin. Thanks for listening
Well,
today.
she is working.
Is she listening,
Remember,
or
it's
is
not
it
just
during her
you.
lunch break?
Well, it's during her lunch break, but she's probably driving around trying to get some lunch
Uh-huh.
and trying to figure out what's going on in the world around her. So there are several things that we need to talk about. What
Yes,
order
there
do we want
are.
to do this? Do we want to do weekend update, patch notes, stand-up corner? Those are all things. Some of them will take longer. We do have lots of choices.
Yes, we do.
What do you feel like talking about right now?
I was looking to see if we had an updated stand-up corner yet, but the last one there is Thursday.
Oh yeah. Well,
So-
it's still going to say bugs.
That's
bugs.
right.
Yeah. So that's what it's going to be saying for the next 2 or 3 days before they start working on the release 27 stuff. So stand-up corner is about stand-up corner is going to be the same for the next 3 or 4 days. I'm sorry, silly text.
Okay.
I got distracted. Let's see. I'm sorry. The squirrel. That's all I
Yeah,
can say.
squirrel. Yeah, I heard somebody coming to
Okay,
the channel.
so let's go ahead and talk about these patch notes. I don't know if you have a link in front of you or not, but I'll go ahead and send it over to you. And I'll post it out in the
Give it to the good
Fun
boys and
places.
girls out there in the world.
Yeah, so the release 371 is going to be fixing some visual issues in the cloud layer and shardfall scenes, turn down the water resolution in Owl's Head so that way the performance should be slightly improved. Adjusted hover and landing heights for all flying creatures. Nod the stable boy will once again deign to speak with you. Fixed pink textures and broken geometry for Max and Linux builds. They hope Summon Demon is now visible, or the daemon. Quest to make messages from Resolute Lord Marshal to the Captain is now working. Unfortunately, that was the exploit that allowed some people to get all the way up to level 90 already.
Did somebody get that far?
Localized. I believe so.
Wow.
Corrected problem loading localized conversation text, minor tweaks to male two-handed blade animations, some taxes, indeed list user interface polish, error message added when talking to an NPC while mounted. Remember, being mounted means that you're holding coconuts.
I still love the use of that.
Yeah. Creature collision attack, spacing adjustments to address enemies sorting through players during combat. That's one of the things I'd like to talk about is if you're in combat mode, even if you're in non-combat mode, you shouldn't be able to run through any NPC.
Oh, well, this is what I was telling you about.
I'm standing in Lazarus.
Is
cool.
This is what I was telling you about. When I come into town, follow me here. When I come into town, hang on, I gotta switch this so that people see this. This is what I do, because if you come running up here and you hit this guard and you're not in combat mode, you gotta wade through him.
I didn't notice that one.
Yeah. Now the same thing with the sheep. The sheep, you just wade right through them. Now,
wow.
Go out of combat mode and go through those sheep going the other way. That's why I told you I go into combat mode.
Yeah, that to me that's completely and utterly backwards. Like go into combat mode to actually run through NPCs. That's pretty funny.
It's yeah, it is, but it allows you freer movement throughout town. I mean, not for nothing. How many times you've been running from our old spot across to the crafting trainer, and that damn cow walks in front of you almost every single damn time you pass by. Guards.
Well, I try to jump the cow.
I know you try and jump everything.
Yeah, I like jumping things. So, and I accidentally had the patch notes up over. The funny thing is, you can't run through. You can't run through vendors.
You know, I never tried vendors because they're never in my way. Tell you the truth.
Yeah, but like NPCs don't stop you, guards don't stop you, but vendors you can't run through. Pretty funny. And Luca wants to follow me.
Where is Luca? I thought he was coming on over to say hello.
She is back over by the water, and as I was running around.
Now, while you're standing, I just want to see something. As of course, we were testing the combat the other day, and they say it's fixed, and it seems to work with NPCs.
They said it was also a distance issue.
Now, see, here I am. I'm double-clicking the living daylights out of you, and I am not attacking you. And you can't tell me that's a distance issue. Now, maybe they think we're referring to... Now, I have to actually toggle the T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to toggle the T.
Now, never mind. I was going to say.
What?
Old school UL practice. Can we just sit
Oh,
here
yeah.
and fight each other
Absolutely.
and gain experience just for fighting each
Yeah,
other?
unfortunately, my pooled XP is 0.
Ah, well, yeah. Mine's only 37K, so.
Yeah. Uh huh.
But, yes, with the
So let's go back
NPCs.
to patch notes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
so
ahead.
we do need to update that into or my thread. Let me go back to my alerts. Come on. Am I displaying that? No, I'm not. Actually, let's go back to patch notes real quick, and I'll update that a little bit later. Okay, so creature collision attack spacing was supposedly addressed. Uh, Blocking issues trying to enter into Dara Brea. Optimization, don't update character controllers that aren't moving. Fixed icons for augmented cloth armor. Airy, they fixed collision on the dock stairs.
Yeah,
As
the
well as the
docks need some
color tone
work
of the
down
ocean
there.
water. Yeah. Fix joining party members from overworld to a random encounter. So I guess now that you can join that random encounter scene, an NPC will use English text if at least one keyword of his or her conversation is not yet translated. There have been reports that certain localizations were completely broken, so if not all the dialogue's been translated yet, it will revert to English. Added localization debug commands to help track down and fix partially localized conversations, and they added localization debug command to flip between English and localized language for conversations. So that's going to be good for our German and Spanish and other friends that are using different language clients. The one
People
I
in
know
the
of.
international community, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Now, of
Yeah,
course,
the
we've
one I
been
know
playing
that
with Torque
mostly
from Germany the last couple of days.
Yes. Yes, and he needs a German translation.
Yes, he does.
Fix for textures that blur at range. Replace most placeholder area NPCs, so no longer will we have the cat people.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? Cats are now neutered as part of the Greater Novian Spay Your Pet initiative? What?
Somebody was complaining that there were no female cats in the game someplace. And I guess now cats are gender neutral. Is that what they're saying? Does that make
Essentially,
sense?
yeah.
Yeah. It's just
So that's what they're doing. There are still there are certain issues. One of the ones that I was talking about yesterday with you is the fact that I wasn't being attacked in certain scenes.
now I just saw
And
Dogstar
so
addressing
if you
that
notice,
in Noble's
enemies will
chat.
only attack the first player in a scene, aka master, which is a known issue.
Is yeah, Darkstar was just in Noble's chat. Just
What were you going to say about that one?
Darkstar was just addressing that in Noble's chat just a few minutes ago.
Wait, so they actually added the Noble Discourse orb?
I'm seeing chat here, or is yours still in your bank again?
Well, I never picked up the Noble's Discourse orb because it wasn't in there. If you remember my conversation about that.
Right. Did you
So
turn
I
it
didn't
on?
actually have it. I had the orb. Oh, the orb, you just have to /orb.
Yeah.
So that did work. Yeah, I did have it on. So,
And there's Rhea.
yep, there's Rhea. I believe Rhea is also working on the German translation. So
Yes,
she
I believe
probably knows more
she's
about
one of those people helping with localization. She's my
Yes.
neighbor right next door, For Beast. She's one of the premier tamers here in the game. Nice to have her as a neighbor.
Yep.
Yeah, and of course, I know you're a big fan of the 4B mazes. They do one heck of a job in
love
those.
that. Yeah. Absolutely. They do an awesome job. Let's see. What other things do we have? Castle wall sets are not being delivered properly in game. Mini skills do not work properly nor advance properly. Sky bugs creating weird scene borders.
Bug.
Night vision broken. Lighting and fog levels are still being tuned to work with the new weather system. Expect anomalies. Weather is broken partially. It's not been propagated to all the scenes, so there may be mismatches. Death and resurrection do not work properly in the team arena, nor does it work in the clink.
Yeah, it doesn't work properly in a few places.
Yeah, water lots and dynamic player-owned towns can currently only be placed along shorelines, not on docks. We've known about that for a while.
Yes, we have.
Everything else is pretty much going to be stuff that we've known about for a while. So that is the patch notes for release 71. Remember, if you want to look at them, you can always go to the Shroud of the Avatar page and then go to the About and Release patch notes. So they are always there. Then what other things do we have? Do you want to pull up our weekend update?
We can do that because it was one hell of an update, that's for sure. Now, again...
I don't know what you're talking about. I never read that thing.
Yeah, I know. I never read those updates. I don't know why they even put them out sometimes.
What? I mean, considering the tweets as soon as they come out.
Yeah, you know, I don't know nothing.
Oh, there is something
I don't know what
we
you're
do
talking
need
about,
to
Jack.
announce that is almost game related.
Want to talk about the Shooter Jennings thing?
Hold on. Okay, so this is a very important website to go to. I'm sending it to you right now. That way you can bring it up on stream. And what I was going to do was say that Shooter Jennings has, instead of the 12-inch pink LP, which is what he was initially selling on his bcrmedia.com website, is he has allowed the pre-order of the Countach CD. Remember, the Countach CD is the one that also has Lord British working on one of the songs.
Absolutely. I believe he's got Marilyn Manson on the album as well, along with one or two other names in the business.
Yes.
Now,
So, since he made the announcement yesterday for the pre-order of the CD, I was the first one to do it.
did you get the first one?
I believe so.
Is,
I was the first pre-order of the CD.
did he verify that for you?
I do not know. But you know what? I'm going to say that I was, and until I'm proven wrong.
I was gonna say, how do you know it wasn't me who got it before you?
I don't know, but I think I need a Shooter Jennings Born to Die t-shirt.
Are those available for sale here?
Born to Die.
There it is.
So, yep.
You can get your own for $25, folks.
Yes.
Now,
but
for those of you
the
folks who don't
pre-order
understand
CD,
why we're doing all this, Shooter Jennings has done some music for Shrouded Avatar. He is also an active player of Shrouded Avatar. And him and Richard Garriott have been working together on these different things. And, of course, they're working together for the release party, correct? Not correct? Did I lose you?
Yes, there is going to be the release of Countach is going to be the worldwide release is actually going to be on Avatar's radio.
That is correct.
So that's going to be on February 22nd. Spec has told me that she is working hard.
I bet she is.
Getting everything set up because she's been planning this for a year.
Very nice.
Now
Very
she's
nice.
she also told me that Countach is the album that she has begged Shooter to do since she was a kid, since she and Shooter have known each other since they were very young children. So they have known each other for a very long time, and they are very, very good friends. And if you do not know Shooter Jennings' in-game name, it is just Shooter Jennings.
Shooter Jennings.
So
If you see him running around, say hello. Stop and chat with him. Real nice guy. Real geek. In the sense of the words, he has his own BBS running out there as well.
yes.
Gotta love Shooter. But meanwhile,
Yes, I discovered a couple bugs on that website.
and it's a cool little game too. Gotta
Yeah.
love the game. He's written his
Gotta love
own
door
game,
games.
own door game. Gotta love it. It's a dedication.
Oh man, Andy's got Ron Jeremy doing an ad for him on for a commercial for his radio show.
Who does?
But yeah,
Who?
Shooter Jennings.
Shooter's got Ron
Jeremy.
Jeremy? That would be funny.
Yeah,
That would be
I'm
funny.
not clicking that link. No, but there's a lot. I mean, so if you ever die in game, that is the music that Shooter Jennings did contribute to the game. So
That is correct.
Shooter Jennings was also the first Chaos Medal recipient because he volunteered to do some music for the game. Just randomly approached Richard about that, so which is kind of cool. And then they had to, like Richard had to verify that it was the real Shooter Jennings and everything else.
Absolutely.
So it was kind of funny. So there's a funny story there. No, but we're glad that Shooter decided to do that, and we're glad that he's doing an album with Brandy Carlisle, Marilyn Manson, and Lord British. So we will see how everything goes. It's also got Steve Young. So we're going to end up getting lots of that. And someone is texting me right now. They probably want the URL for bcrmedia.com. We do have a little bit of that stuff. When were we talking about a hedgehog?
What about the hedgehog?
I don't know. Someone said gross the hedgehog. After the delay, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm lost. Okay, so
Yeah, what
let's
else
go
you
back
know?
to the weekend update.
But where do we want to start with the weekend update? Which update do we want to talk about? There was actually a couple updates that came out.
Well, first things first, we have the update of the Avatar number 161, which is kind of similar to the 160 update. So let's see. Where do we want to begin? Where do you want to begin, Lass?
Well, you already started with, we hit the Shooter Jennings in-game worldwide premiere of the new album, which is on that
Yes, we did.
announcement. So we've
Oh,
already
yeah.
started with that. Of course, it's R26, so we already know that. We're here now, so R26
Yeah.
live and alive
The
and well.
final, we've got the final Grand Tour quest, and Invico has set up his tutorial. If you need to look at that, find out where to
That
go.
is correct. That's the final tour guide, folks.
Yeah, when I started the quest, it was bugged, so I have not finished the quest yet, but I'll probably get that done quickly.
Yes, first couple passes through some towns, checking out the new stuff myself. Came across a couple of those guys, and they didn't do anything.
Yeah, so let's see. Then we have the pictures from the Fire Lotus party. I was there, so unfortunately. Oh, you can see me a little bit in the second picture.
The
So the one that's underneath the Avatar's radio presents the Fire Lose
one,
picture.
the horse.
Yes, the one with the ass.
The one
You
with
can
the
see
big
me.
ass.
Yeah, you can see my head and part of my checkered cloak.
I can't see that from here. It won't let me blow it up.
If you hit Control
User
Plus,
joined your channel.
it will zoom in for you.
Oh, really? Oh, no. I could have done that just with the mouse, but I'm expecting it to pop
Oh.
out like it normally does. And now you just messed up my normal view.
Control minus reduces it.
Control wheel mouse. Use the mouse. A lot easier. Anyway. A lot of nice pictures
So-
there. They apparently were shooting off some fireworks during the new release party. Fireworks
Yes.
bundles out there in the store. Of course, we have the store. We have new items in the store. The Valentine's. It is February, folks. January's here and gone. This release is going to creep up on us. Final wipe. So don't get caught with your pants down. If you want to get some pledges in, you want to get some of that swag, you better start getting it now.
Yeah, do things before final wipe.
And then underneath that, of course, was the R70, 370 patch notes.
Yeah, that came out on Friday. We tweeted about that. I'm going to skip those patch notes just because that was really 370. Then you've got the message from Star about the final wipe and the lot selection, which is something that
Big
we had talked
news
about
in
on
Shroud
Thursday.
Avatar.
And also on Friday during the show.
We've been talking about this forever. This is what we're waiting for.
Yeah, so it was, that notice was released on Thursday, but it was included in the Friday release notes, or the Friday notes. So remember, even though, so this is where semantics are going to get people in trouble. Final wipe is not launch. They are going to continue development of the game, but that was always going to be their plan. Just no more wipes means no more wipes. Hopefully they will fix all of the and include a means of doing rollbacks on some of these exploits. Sort of like people shouldn't have been able to get to level 90 in a day.
Oh, no. I mean, level 90.
But that's a very long post. Is there anything on the wipe notes that we want, the pre-wipe schedule that you wanted to go over?
Well, the
that we haven't
pre-wipe
gone over
schedule has a lot of good stuff on it. And it's all things everybody's been waiting for. We're going to be putting out the offline feature, fast travel, loot balance, combat balance. I mean, all this is going to be done pre-final wipe, according to them. And post, I'm sorry, is it post-wipe?
That's pre-wipe.
Let me get back here. Pre-wipe, yeah. You know, and then for me, some of the biggest stuff is, post-wipe, down at the bottom. You got to go all the way down to the very, very bottom. Huh?
In-game mail?
In-game mail is one of them, yes.
I really think that should be moved to pre-wipe, just as a method of sending goods to and from people. I'm not worried about leaderboards just because someone's going to find an exploit for that. Just because leaderboards, it's like, you know what, I can sit here and kill Laz over and over and over again just to increase my ranking on
Leaderboard
those
status.
leaderboards.
Is
So-
we both have more than one account. We could just kill our alt account over and over and over again.
Yeah, and use that as a method of also working healing and some other skills. I like the idea of the voice chat, the integrate
Yes,
something
both
like
of us are
TeamSpeak into
fans
the
of that.
game to allow for voice chat between players. I know that they were looking at Mumble, and a lot of people in, especially K's and Phoenix Fire, recommended Discord to do. And then
Don't
during
care
that
how they do it.
last winter telethon, Chris Spears actually mentioned like doing one massive TeamSpeak server for the game. I don't like that plan.
I don't
What?
think you can handle that many people.
No.
There's a
Um,
500 plus
dude.
limit.
Yeah, you could run into all kinds of spam issues as well. So, but the Shroud finale, which is the final portion of the story, is not something that's going to be ready until later on in the project. So that's one where it's like that allows people to continue playing the game. I think it's like releasing new content and releasing new updates.
Correct.
And
Now,
oh, I forgot to tell you this. I have trees again in Owl's Head.
oh, okay. I hadn't been missing mine. I know you were missing
Yeah.
yours last we were on the air on Friday. Now,
Yeah.
one of the things that you and I have both been adamant about is the roving encounters are listed on here. Shipping lanes.
Oh, yes.
Shipping lanes, everybody's going to be excited to see. They'll become more than just teleporters to different scenes. They will have schedules and a chance to have random encounters while at sea. Somebody.
Yeah. I actually like that idea. That just means that they need to build a scene, put the deck, and then have some monsters attack it. Either it be sea creatures or be pirates.
Well, now there was actually talk somewhere of later on down the line eventually
Kraken.
being able to throw a party on a boat while you're sailing. So I'm thinking party cruises. You get your own boat,
Yep.
set up a cruise schedule. We sail at sunset. We go on a 2-hour booze cruise to nowhere, and we come back, and
Oh yeah.
I can see doing excursions and stuff like this in the game if you can actually pull that off.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
It would. Again, I see all sorts of possibilities for these things. Shipping lanes is going to be interesting. Now, right underneath that on the list is something I'm really looking forward to, is the theater system. Rentable theater with spaces and paid seating and audience rules.
Oh yeah.
So
that
this
is something that they were talking about. You implementing some sort of glass wall. I believe they said they already have two things built. As far as like building wise, they have the arena built, and they also have the playhouse already built. They don't have the tech for the invisible wall to mute one side and find ways to actually charge that paid seating yet. But that's something that they should be able to work on, and I think it's something that should be able to be done within a week or two. But this is for post-wipe, isn't it? But it will be cool whenever it's actually implemented.
Of course, place items anywhere. Something that everybody, not everybody, but loads and loads of people have been asking for. And I don't know what your feeling of this is. Being able to drop items anywhere in the world. Just drop it.
You know what? I still need a hat rack to display all of my my Hat Quest hats.
I think that'll come when we can start showing things, laying things on counters, tables, floors. But a hat rack for all the hats. What would be really nice is a special hat rack that holds all the quest hats.
Absolutely.
That would be something. So if you had the collection, you could show it off on the special hat rack, specially equipped to hold every single hat. That would be something really neat to see.
Now, if you scroll up a little bit, I like the weather game effects where it will actually cause armor, so your gear.
I was waiting to get to that because there's a lot to talk about in that one. But now we're here. It's going to have a lot of effects. A big one's going to be agriculture, but you just mentioned armor. Your gear is going to actually, rust?
Yes.
What else does it say
I
here?
think it just knocks a point or two of durability off of it. So
Is damaging gear and
probably
slowing
won't
movement
actually
rates.
rust.
So it'll slow you down during rain and snow. Now, I'm going to assume that that's just for plate armor. I can't see wearing leather or cloth armor having that effect on you. Because leather doesn't rust, neither does cloth. Maybe chain armor would be affected.
Yeah, well, rust, it's going to be all your metal stuff.
Correct. Your
Not
weapons.
your leather and cloth. Yeah.
Well, I've seen moves like that where they intend to apply it to one thing and all of a sudden it's splattered across the board.
Yeah,
We know that.
Someone will complain on the official forums about that.
Oh, absolutely. Breaking my immersion, man.
Yeah, and a little bit above that, the town sieges is something I was looking forward to. That's going to be.
I think a lot of
after the
people are looking forward to those as well. That's going to have a major impact, I believe, later on where people decide to live. Some people are not going to want to put up with those. So, other people are going to be asking for more of them on a regular basis. So you're going to have two sides of the street there. But that's only going to affect NPC towns. Is that correct?
Yes, that will be NPC towns are the only ones that can actually be sieged. Then you also have the castle defense scenarios where PvP variations of control points. This is one where it's like one of the things that they've always talked about is regional economies. Control points to me have to be PvP zones. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If it's a control point, it needs to be able to be controlled by a guild or an alliance, a group of some sort, and they control the teleporter. They can enable them or disable them. They can set the fees for that. They can do all kinds of things with the control point as long as they hold it.
Right.
And that would give a reason for people to actually be in the control point.
Okay, and
so
I've agreed with this for the most part. That's how the control points would help. Be a control point, be exactly what it's worded to be.
I mean, it's like.
For the most part, a level 5 person can get through a control point, no sweat. If you can just run through it.
Oh, absolutely.
Now you and I have seen dozens and dozens of people streaming and other as we're out there in the world, and people want to stop and fight everything, and they never get past the control point because they don't realize they can just run through. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's the idea of them getting to learn the game, do the thing, et cetera, et cetera. But yes.
But eventually they will all learn that, and it's one where a control point you should not be able to sneak through at level 5. So
yes,
you would need to find a alternate route of some sort, and it's one where it's like that can also be like this is how you capture people into newbie areas. Until they've learned enough of the game, they can't go explore the rest of it.
Yeah, but that's a turn off. One of the draws of a game like this is you're not restricted from doing anything at any point in the game except that intro scene.
Yeah.
You got to finish the intro scene, and the rest of it you can go anywhere, do anything. The minute you start restricting people, that's when you start turning people off. But, anyway. Weather and game effects are going to be quite interesting to see. The control points we have yet to see. Have you been down to the bottom of hilt this release yet? Have we seen if the control point
Not
down there
yet.
is actually functional?
Yeah, so I have not been down there since QA server a while ago.
Yeah, no, I
When
didn't
I
get a chance to go
when I
down
made
and check.
200,000 gold in one run.
Oh well, that was back then. There was
That
all
was
sorts
QA
of
server.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking since this release. I haven't been down there yet. Got to go down
Yeah.
and see if we got. I do know we have. For those folks who don't know, there's new gems in the game that are now functional, craftable. Jewelry is now craftable. I actually happen to have a couple pieces here. Let me show you what I picked up. Or do I have them on me? Hang on a second. Where is it in my inventory? I'll pass these on over to you to put them up on screen.
Oh, you've actually been crafting some staffs.
No, I found these on somebody's vendor.
A vendor.
We have
Okay.
the Maple Staff of Sorcery, which has some nice bonuses on it. It's not the greatest, but
I like the reagent basic minus 20% basic magic reagent use chance.
yes,
I like that.
this
As
this
far
this,
as
this
a
is where the
bonus.
game starts coming together, where we're going to start seeing things like this nice little. Now we didn't see this
Yes.
mentioned anywhere in the release notes, but here it is. You know,
Yeah. If you also pay attention to it, since it's designed for sorcery or fire, it does plus 20 fire and minus 10 to water. So if you were to attack someone with a water-based spell like Ice Arrow, it would actually do more damage to the person holding this.
correct.
So I really like that.
Yeah.
So it's got the benefit as well as a negative impact. So,
Now there are different types, depending on what you socket it with. Now, of course, I bought the sorcery because I like to play with fire.
you bought everything with fire. Fire
Correct.
attunement.
So I want to keep it all in the same. What's the word I
Now-
want to look for?
If you notice the difference between the attunement level, the staff has a plus 20. The necklace and the ring both only have plus 1.
Correct. That's
so
plus
whenever you-
22 attunement.
But this is my question: is when you actually look in your character stats and you equip them, is it only really plus 22 fire attunement, or is it higher?
Well, let me see. Let's see. Fire attunement. I've got it on my screen. Where do I see fire attunement? Poison, water, death, moon, air.
So remember, if you want to bring up your actual character stats, that is the V key, and then you would just scroll down and look through that list for fire attunement. It is near the bottom.
Ah,
I
there
have
it
a
is.
base
Okay,
skill
so
of
right
6.
now I have a 4 attunement, and if I get up and switch my inventory to something like that, and my fire attunement is now is 26, and my water went negative 12. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Just making sure.
Yep. So it works as intended.
Good.
So the bonuses are there and nice. I mean, so that's nice for a starter.
Because
be
that's
able-
one of those ways that we actually get to test whether or not it works or not.
But I'm glad to see jewelry
Now,
finally making it into the game. Gives crafters some more crafting recipes, gives miners more reasons to mine, and it gives um, us a reason to go buy and sell things because they give us nice little shiny stats.
yep. Now, let's see. What other things do you want to talk about today? We've got 9 minutes remaining.
Yeah, we've got, geez, I mean, it's just so much to do. Um, yeah, I've been doing decorating here. I've been organizing. Um, when you have all your organizations set, after a few months, and then all of a sudden you got everything scattered to the wind again, it takes a while to get all this stuff cataloged, put back in place. Stand-up corner, I believe, is still on Thursday, release day, and that's just bugs.
It's going to be bugs, bugs, bugs. We do have Dreadfully Despised, who's decided to say hi, as well as Kendrick Darrow.
Wiggle, wiggle. You lumped is a wiggle.
Invegled, Bagosh, and Strico.
Now, of course, I'm still waiting for my new coffee mugs from our friend Ben over
Relics
at
by
Relics
Rild?
by Rild. He actually sent me a letter, told me he was waiting for something. They were shipping out today, so that
Okay.
it would all ship nice and cozy, and it had something to do with the shipping. I can go back and actually look at it. So my stuff is supposedly shipping today, and I will be receiving them in the next day or two. And speaking of sponsors, here is Knick Knack. Knick Knack is the owner and sponsor of NBNN. He does soda taming. Knick Knack's another one of our premier tamers in the game.
And if you notice, he's got a Grandmaster collar recovery already.
Are you
in the
serious?
taming tree. Yeah. So in taming, collar recovery is
The bomb. Look at that. Collar recovery. Very nice. So his taming shouldn't be too far off.
no. So he will end up with lots and lots of taming. So
I'd give him some props for that. Give her some props for that, I should say.
this release, Knick Knack is a her.
Yes. You just never know around here. There's, what do we got? Knick Knack's passing me a book. And a summoning whistle. Oh, I love you, man. I love you, man. I was telling him I wanted to see one of these the other day. Hang on.
Taming
Here.
is level 63. Wow.
And this is what he brought me.
Scorpion
No, even better.
or
Hold
spider?
on.
Spider.
Even better.
Or dread spider?
Even better.
Your own phoenix? Dragon?
Where is it?
A cat? Ooh, that's a big wolf.
Ooh.
You're gonna have to make it passive.
I made him passive.
Okay.
He don't like you.
Nah,
Good
well, you
puppy.
have to remember we
Good puppy.
we are
I know.
we are in combat still. That is
That is one pretty looking wolf.
That is,
He says, I need to be firm with them
snarling
and
at
tell
me.
them to follow. Yes. So let me tell him to stop attacking. There we go.
That's funny. It's like he's actually got the mouth of the gnarling.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. Is that he's already
Yep.
been able to do that.
Oh yeah, that is sweet. Thank you. So if you have any taming questions, always go to sodataming.com. If you have, and that is actually a website done by Knickknack in game. If you need help with crafting, go to sodacraft.com.
That is correct.
That site is done by Ashmole. If you need
Need to
try to
get
the
your way
Avatar swag.
around. You can go to Soda Map.
Yeah. So, sodamap.com. That's done by
Jacob
our
White.
friend Jacob White.
Yes.
We already talked about the swag from Relics by Reeled, and don't forget your discount code of NBNN for 10% off. If you're looking to buy or sell rares, or if you have a service that you want to offer to people and charge real life money for it, you can always go to shroudmarketplace.com for that.
Yes, you got stuff you
And-
want to get rid of, you want to sell off, you want to, I don't know, do they do trades out there? Is it possible for people to do trades?
Not currently, but we'll talk to the owners and see if we can get them
You
to
know, I just thought about that.
set
If
up a
somebody
trade
has
form or something like that
a barter type system, you know, I want this
Yeah.
and I got that. We should talk to those folks out there, find out if that's possible.
Yeah.
But yes, you got any wares out there you're looking to offload and turn back into cash? Check out shroudmarketplace.com. Of course, don't forget
yeah.
to check out WRFB.rocks, RadioFreeBritannia.com, where you can listen to Lunch with Laz and Jack every Monday through Friday, as well as NBNN.info. You can watch us on video there while we stream live every Monday through Friday here from Shrouded Avatar for you folks. Jack, you want to hit the calendar up
Yep.
real quick for us, and we'll go on and get on out of here for today.
Yeah, I'm busy staring at this shirt that I need to get and wear frequently. It's I'm off to Club Bed featuring DJ Pillow and MC Blanky. Okay, let me go ahead and bring up our favorite. Remember, if you need access to the calendar, just go to nbnn.info. Click on the button that says calendar at the top, and then from there, remember that all times are New Britannia time, which is Central Standard Time in the real world. Early on in the week, it's generally not very busy in Shroud of the Avatar while we are still in early access. When things go to no more wipes, expect the calendar to be more comprehensive. So today, starting at 4 o'clock, you can listen to DJ Eclipse Maiden on Avatar's Radio. She's going to be playing between 4 and 6. Between 6 and 8, Dr. DJ Selly takes over the airwaves with Faster and Louder, doing some 70s and 80s guitar rock. And then after that, if you are interested in doing some PvE, and you need help with your Grand Tour quest, you can always contact the Every Virtue is Lasting Guild. And Knickknack is going to be running the event this weekend where they help you
Do the
get
quest
your
hats.
rare hat. So just whisper Knickknack or Zone to him, and he will go ahead and help you along with getting your hat quest. At 8 o'clock, if PvE is not your thing and you'd rather do some role-playing, the Tavern Respite is going on with the Bear Tavern, just zoned to Elgarian Dakali. And then the last event for tonight is the Order of Vengeance Guild meeting. I guess that means that everybody's invited to the OOV Guild meeting tonight
At 9
in
p.m.
Vengeance. Yes. And that is the entire calendar for this Monday, February 1st. So we
2016.
hope everybody enjoys everything. Yes.
Alrighty.
2016.
Well,
yes.
that's going to do it for us today.
We need to thank everybody for watching. Thank you for the text messages. Thank you for making us laugh. Thank you for participating. It makes our jobs easier. If you have questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and feel free to type them out either in Twitch, YouTube, or join us in TeamSpeak by going to, this is something we never talked about today, go to nbnn.info and click on the Join Us in TeamSpeak button.
That is correct. But meanwhile, we're
Yes.
out of here. We are out of time for today. I'm Laz. He blew the cue twice today.
Yep. That one was yours. The blow.
Anyway, stay tuned to NBNN for more news, sports, entertainment, crazy, wild happenings, the latest updates from Shroud of the Avatar. This is Laz.
This is Jack.
We are
Thank
NBNN.
you. Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
Yes.
Thanks for listening. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Where's Casey? I miss Casey.
I have no idea.
I love you,
That's
man.
why we're off today.
I love you,
too.
man.